Hi, well, welcome to my video. I've got a view behind me there and it's not a very clear one, but I'm on the ferry and I'm arriving in Spain. Yeah, I've left Morocco, so thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you enjoy it. And also don't forget to look back. If you haven't been watching my videos regularly, I've been having an awesome time both in Morocco and in various countries in Europe. So stick around and I'll share what I get up to in Spain. Well, it's a very, very dirty window. Unfortunately, you couldn't get out on deck on this ferry from Tangier across to Spain. But I hope that this is good enough that you can actually see the feeling of Tarifa as I arrive in port. Well, that was really lucky. Just arrived at the bus station in Tarifa and there was a bus ready to leave for Seville, so just waiting to get on it, like no delay at all. It means I don't need to hang around till 3 o'clock. How good's that? Come on, let's go on the bus. Well, this is as much of Tarifa as I've seen, from the port to the bus station, and now I'm a 3-hour bus to Seville, and yeah, that worked out perfectly. Like the bus, literally, I got on and it left. So this is the skirts of Tarifa, and I think, yeah, if I ever come back down this way, I'll definitely spend a little bit of time exploring. So different from Morocco. Immediately felt like I was back in Europe, and yeah, I think for a while I'll miss Morocco, but Spain, wow, who would have thought? So yeah, I'll see what the views are like. I've got a pretty good window seat. So it really was a pretty quick trip from Tarifa up to Seville. There wasn't all that much to see, but here's a few photos on things that I thought were interesting. But yeah, as soon as I got to Seville, man, it was so busy. Well, rushing through the streets of Seville, I already think I'm going to love this city. It's just so busy, so vibrant, and there's lots of little laneways. But why I'm rushing is I've actually got a walking tour booked. I arrived in Seville with like 35 minutes to get from the bus station to my hostel, check in, change my footwear, a quick deep breath, and I'm walking. So I've got 10 minutes and I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it. Well, I'm sure there'll be many more videos while I'm here, but I just thought I'd take it while I was hurrying through the streets. Who knows? You never know whether you're going to walk through the exact same street with nice sunny skies ever again. So I made it and we started the tour. Now, it was a little bit of confusion when I rolled up, because even though I'd received my confirmation text, he didn't have me in his list. Weird, huh? But yeah, quite a big group. But as you can see, we got headsets, so we can hear them perfectly well. So there'll be a little bit of videoing as we go along. So there's curtains outside the windows here. They're the traditional design of curtains. So they put them out like this when it's hot, and then when it gets cooler, they bring them back in. Yeah, quite interesting. So I finished the walking tour now, and we've actually finished at the site of the 1929 Expo. And what I find fascinating is, see behind me here, that canal, it's got little rowboats, and over this side there's a park. It's so reminiscent of South Bank, Brisbane, when they had their expo in 1988. So it's funny how it just is almost duplicated. But anyway, I'm going to wander around on my own now. I didn't do videoing during the walking tour. It's just easier to take still photos. So I will pop them in after this segment. So I hope you enjoy them. And I'll try and put names on them if I remember where they were. But he was very difficult to understand. He had a microphone, but he kept turning away from it. But anyway, I'm going to carry on walking around the park before it gets dark, which won't be too long. So, as promised, here's a few photos from the walking tour. So, yeah, sorry, I don't remember where most of them are, but there is the cathedral, and this is actually the Portuguese embassy, and I like this bit of sculpture. Just the perfect time of night for photography once again. Oh, I love it. It was really worth rushing to join that walking tour. And look at these buildings. they beautiful? So many beautiful buildings here. So how good was that to arrive just at the start of the flamenco show? And then I wandered around for quite some time. This amazing building. It was really, really beautiful with all the ceramics. Yeah, that's Spain. And coming inside this amazing big building, there's stairs all the way. And hopefully I can go up them. So going up the stairs inside that building, I was waiting for someone to come and say, where's your ticket? But it doesn't seem like there is a ticket. It's fantastic. It just keeps going up and up and up. Just love all these colours, the terracotta and the blue and the mosaic. Oh, it's beautiful. As you can see, it's a perfect time of night to do this. There's a lot of the people doing selfies, taking up the whole area. I give them a bit of space and then I'm like, nah, blow you. So yeah, that's where I was walking before. There's a beautiful canal, and yeah, it was down there that the flamenco dancer was. So yeah, it's just magnificent. So before I was on Maria de Lucia Park, where all those 1929 Expo buildings were, and now I'm in Jardin English. And can you hear that? There's actually parrots here. Of course, with my phone I can't pick them up, but I can certainly hear them. Yeah, up there somewhere. Well, good morning from Seville in Spain. Oh, I just had the best sleep-in ever. A lovely chat to my daughter, and now I'm going for a wander to a arts museum. So as you can see, it's a beautiful day here, perfect temperature, it's not too hot. So I'm gonna listen to these birds for a few minutes and then go to the gallery. that was a funeral procession, and everyone was looking up at the bells, and all of a sudden it's like, well, what's this coming along the road? Wow. Just again, get choked up, right place, right time. So I'm so close. So there's 12 people inside there, and I'm assuming a coffin of some sort. But it must weigh an absolute ton. Well, that was fantastic witnessing that. I can't believe I didn't even take any still photos. It was just absolutely all video. So I've just taken some photos of just inside the cathedral there. But what I learned on the walking tour yesterday was when they did a renovation here, they actually uncovered this graffiti, which was very old, not quite sure when, but they think it was put there by students, hundreds of years ago. So pretty cool, hey? So always nice to walk down beside water. This is the canal of Alfonso VIII. So like many cities, they put in canals to move industrial supplies. There's a river further over, but they needed more waterways for moving things, so they created this canal. So I've come over here for the Contemporary Art Museum, but this used to be a ceramics factory, and a gentleman was just pointing out these really old pillars. This is just amazing. Fingers crossed it's free on a Saturday, because that's sort of why I came, but I've come all this way, so I'm just going to check it out anyway. And this is all actually three-dimensional, as is a lot of these around here. You can see shape here and here. Yeah, fascinating. It's just not flat like these that I saw in Morocco style. So yes, I was right. It is free here on a Saturday. And how's this for a piece of artwork? And yeah, we have a model in there. Very good. I like this sort of art. You do that. I like the sound that those bubble tops are making. Very cool. So unfortunately, all the guides and the guide maps here are only in Spanish. So yeah, I think I'm missing part of the story, but I can certainly see the history here for sure without actually having to read it. So although this is now an art gallery, you can certainly see that where I was just before with the mud piece was the chapel, and here's a couple of the kilns. There's a smaller one tucked there, and then this big one here. So it's fascinating what they've done with it, and there's so much that's left. I mean, this walkway, that's pretty cool, hey? So I've just stopped for a break around this gallery, and I thought I'll have a read of the history of this place. So it dates back to the 15th century, and over a period of time it's been various facilities. So it was a monastery. It was also taken over by the Moors during their invasion. It was a ceramics place, and yeah, now it's a contemporary museum. So I will put the name here. It's a little hard to pronounce, so I won't try, but it's got a really interesting history if you want to look back and just see what it is. And it's well away from the tourist area of Seville, so that in itself is pretty special. So in Seville there's always something happening. I'm on my way to shopping street, La Peñuela. La Supera, and this is the square of Campana. So something's going on behind me, so I'm just going to check it out. This is the shopping street, Calais Paris. I think I've spelt that right, but I'll fix it, or pronounced it right, but I'll fix it if I haven't. So this is the archives of the Indies. So it's a museum. I thought I'd just go and check it out because I can. So let's go and have a look inside, hey? So totally free to come in here. The bags did go through the security scanner, but interesting building. Love all these old buildings. So really quite interesting looking through these archives. They've got all the history here way back to the 1500s, and I've taken a couple of photos. It's the whole start of the taxation system and controlling imports. So really quite interesting, even though I can't read a lot of it because it's in Spanish. Wow, unusual for me. I'm out after dark. Yeah, but I've just had a lovely drink. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a white wine with a lemon and lime soda and tapas. And then I went to a different shop and had a beautiful chocolate pastry. And now I'm in the square listening to music. Oh, wonderful night. Yeah, really nice. Just so nice that I can enjoy it totally on my own. Like, I'm happy about that. In fact, I've got tears in my eyes too. Well, there's the wine and the tapas, and this little girl here, she stole the show. But yeah, up again early and off exploring the next morning. I've just come into the Cathedral of Seville, and hearing the organ playing is the best thing ever. Love that sound. In another part of the cathedral now. It's a huge cathedral. It's the oldest Gothic cathedral in the world and the largest. And there's just so many entrances to it. It's just amazing. So you guessed it, it's another part of the cathedral. It's very handy being here on a Sunday when all this is just open. Couldn't get tickets, like I think I've already mentioned. Sensational. Simply the size of the pillars are just enormous. But it's a huge building, so I guess they need all the support that they can get. Oops, he's just turned the lights out. Oh, that's funny. So I carried on exploring after I left the cathedral. Oh, it's such a beautiful city to wander around. There's a cathedral, inside lots of really old buildings, and sometimes the outside doesn't depict what's going on inside. But then I came across this. So I'm pretty sure that they don't do bullfights anymore here in Seville. But this building behind me is one of the oldest and largest buildings of still in existence of where they used to do the bullfight. So yeah, I'm glad I found it on the map. It really is a bit creepy to imagine the bulls coming in here ready for a slaughter. Yeah, I find it quite confronting actually. Well, I was wrong. I did find out afterwards that they do still do bullfights. Here's one of the entrance doors and more ornate gates. This is where they come through, and here's a sign advertising the next bullfight. So I'm back down by the canal again as I was yesterday, but that bridge over there is the one I'm going to cross to the other side. It's a whole different area, very old apparently, and outside the old walls of Seville. But I don't know if you can see how busy it is. The bridge I went over yesterday, there was 1 or 2 people. This one's crazy. So the bridge I just photographed was the Bridge of Isabel II, and this area that I've come into is Triana, and there's lots of markets here today. And of course, my favourite is buskers. I love coming down these lanes and I'm finding these amazing buildings, but gosh, they're so hard to photograph because the lanes are so narrow. This is a really cool one. It's over in the Triana district. Everyone's here. It's a Sunday, so lots of locals. I've popped into a couple of churches. There's been a few masses going on, so yeah, really interesting. So this here is one very long palace. It's Palace of Sant'Elmo. Look at it, it's enormous. I had to do a pano to get a photo of it. Well, it's my last morning in Seville and I'm already discovering new things. I only just left the hostel. But these pillars, they were in Hadrian's era. So that was the end of the 1st century AD. So yeah, they are still the original pillars. And I just am looking for some Roman baths that are supposed to be down this street. And it's another of these really narrow streets. Like, look at this. I love discovering all these new laneways. Well, I didn't end up finding out the Roman baths, but of course there were a few other things that caught my eye. So here's some photos of them, including this beautiful reflection and the maze garden. Well, it's funny how you can wander around a city for 3 days and then realise that you've missed a total big area. So this behind me, I just discovered when I was looking for one of the monasteries where the nuns sell little sweets and cakes. So how funny is that? It's even got a welcome to Seville sign. I'll turn you around and show you. And there we go, the hola, ciao, hola, and all those other words I don't know. Yep, Seville's been great. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I really like Seville. I think it's definitely a place to come to. So much to do and such a pretty city. So thanks for watching. Bye for now. Till next time.